The Gentleman, directed by Guy Ritchie and starring Matthew McConaughey, Charlie Hunnam, Hugh Grant, Michelle Dockery, and Colin Farrell, just to name a few, tells the story of Michael Preston, a gangster who, while trying to sell his weed empire, has to deal with those who are trying to take it from him, those who are trying to undermine him, those who are trying to profit from him, and everything else that could go wrong in between. The Gentleman. Guys, first of all, I think Guy Ritchie is one of those directors that just doesn't get enough credit. Of course, fans of his, like myself, will be familiar with his much more famous work like Snatch, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and of course the Sherlock Holmes movies. But I feel like there's so many of his that don't get the credit they deserve. Like, I'm a huge fan of Rock and Roller. I think that's a wonderful movie, as crazy as it is. And it gave us Toby Cavell. That was the first film I'd ever seen him in. There's also The Man from U.N.C.L.E. How that movie didn't get more play is beyond me, because I happen to think that movie is stylish and fun and fantastic. And even, and I'm putting this out there, I'm going out on a limb for King Arthur, because yes, that movie has some really insane elements in it. The magic stuff seems to be kind of forced in there, but I don't care. I had fun with that movie. The King Arthur legend has been done a million times the same way. Why not do something different with it? And at least it was better than that whatever Robin Hood 2019 was trying to be. So yeah, I really love Guy Ritchie's work, and I love his directing style, his visual beats, his cinematography, and of course his storytelling, because he writes a lot of these screenplays. And here he is once again with The Gentleman, back in pure form, where what he does best really, which is gangster stories. And the way this story plays out, it's a story within a story almost. Because it's almost like a look behind what it takes to write a screenplay and present that screenplay to a movie studio and get the movie made. There's actually that whole kind of subversive thing going on there. But what you want to know about is this story, and I'm happy to say this is one of his better executed ones. I had a blast with these characters. First of all, Matthew McConaughey as our lead Michael, he proves once again that he's not just a pretty face. He's proven that time and time again of late. And when he first came out, like Brad Pitt, everybody thought he was just going to be this good looking guy who could maybe probably do a bunch of rom-coms, and he's gone way beyond that. And with this character, one of the things I absolutely loved is, yes, he's suave, he's sophisticated, he's confident, he's not a brute, but he can be brutal. And Matthew does this wonderful thing where if you're looking at his face, you can almost see the moment when he switches into brute mode and when he goes dark, as I like to call it. It was amazing. It led to some great monologues. I dug it. I completely dug it. But the supporting cast was awesome too. Hugh Grant here, in a way we've never really seen Hugh Grant before, as this kind of a slimy, wormy reporter who's just out to make a buck, and he's actually our narrator in this movie. So I dug that. Charlie Hunnam, I love Charlie. He doesn't have a lot to do here, but what he does do, he does well. And of course, there's the always amazing, so talented, I really can't wish he would break out much bigger, and they should have definitely kept him in that new J.K. Rowling series, Colin Farrell. This guy, I mean, he's just the icing on the cake here of all these other guys and of this story. The story is fast-paced. Like I said, it's stylish, it's well executed. The way to watching the pieces fall together, figuring out who made it to the end, because they give you some of the pieces in the beginning and they make you think this is how it went, and it doesn't. So I loved it. The conclusion was satisfying, especially for me. These days, guys, we really need those wins, and you watch movies like this and sometimes your favorite characters get knocked off and that sort of thing, and it kind of makes you wish, I wish they didn't do that. Kylo Ren. So yeah, I love this movie. I love the way it was shot. I love the clothing, the clothes styles. I love the dialogue. I mean, who else does witty dialogue like the English? I mean, they always knock that shit out of the park. And this was one that I missed when it first came out. I don't think it stayed out for very long, again, due to everybody being on lockdown. And I feel like maybe, like myself, a lot of people missed out on The Gentleman. So I'm highly recommending you check this one out, guys. It's really good, especially if you love Guy Ritchie as much as I do. I'm giving The Gentleman an 8.5 out of 10. And that's it, guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch this again. So if you guys like this video, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It's really appreciated, guys. If you're new and you'd like to subscribe to my channel, you can click on my face when it pops up over there. And of course, you can check out past videos if you feel like it. I mean, we don't have that much else to do, right? So guys, until next time, be safe and bye-bye.